Yo guys, my name is Phoenix and welcome to a new video. So, the other day I was talking to a friend of mine and I was like, hey, why did you stop ranking up? And he replied, well, I don't have many cards, so you told me to become more difficult to complete daily quests if I don't have cards for the classes, if I rank up too much. At that point I realized, well, that can be a solution for this, so this is how this deck was born. So this is the list, as you can see. This deck is not meant to be used to rank in ladder, but it can be a huge help for people who struggle to complete daily quests with certain classes because they don't have enough cards of them. So the deck is of course very cheap, and I managed to make one using only 40 neutral cards, so that you can play it with any leader you want. At first my approach was like to make a control oriented deck with Saquin and stuff, but that didn't turn out to be very powerful because it was just weaker than any other control deck, so it just lost pretty much everything. So then I decided to switch to a more aggro/zoo approach. And yeah, the deck turned out to be pretty damn good. I managed to complete my daily quests in like no time, losing only to Dragoncraft, so I decided to make a video about this, because it can be very helpful for you too. So let's talk about card choices. Of course, Goblin is like the standard aggro card. You will see it in pretty much every aggro deck, so why not include it in a neutral deck? Wise Merman is here just because it's a 1-drop. It's a okay one, but if for next expansion or some more they'll release a better 1-drop, you can just switch it out. You can see this as a 1 play points to 1 kinda, but yeah, this is very awkward to play on curve, so it's here because it's a 1-drop, but it's not great. So 3 Unicorn Dancer Unica, because it's a very good 2-drop. It's like a ward-like effect, kinda, because they are forced to remove it if they are aggro decks, and it's a 2 play points to 2, which is great. So 3 Lyrial, because of course it's a great aggro card. It has the evolve effect and doesn't pay stats for that. Very good, solid card. You have 2 Sectors, because it's not so hard to pull off its effect, and when you pull it off, it's a 2 play points for 4, which is great. You're playing a lot of 5 cost cards, as you can see, so yeah. And even if played on curve, it's not too bad. It's just a 2 play points to 2. You have Owl Cut, 2 copies of it, because it's more of a tech card against spooky scary skeletons, but it's not bad. It's okay. So 3 copies of Gourmet Emperor Kaiza, because you always want to have cards in your hand. So Ultimate Carrot is like the infinite value card, and it's very good to have 2 drops to play on every turn. 2 Angels of the Ward, because it's deal 1 damage, which is very good in aggro, or zoo. You can use this for board control, you can use it to push for more damage, and stuff. 3 Grimnir War Cyclone, because this card is just amazing. It can protect your 1-drops and 2-drops. It can finish the game with on turn 10 if you get there. So yeah, this card is overall really good. So 2 Goblin Breaker Tina, because Goblin Breaker Tina is a great turn 4 when going second. You only play 2 because you're playing 3 of Impartial Strix, which is a very strong card. And let's talk about it. Impartial Strix is like a 4 play points 7/7, because you usually play it and evolve it right away, or even a 5/5 if you were going first. If you're going first, there are not many 4-drops that can trade for it. It usually just sticks on the board, because how do you remove a 5/5? If you evolve a 4-drop, it usually goes like to a 4/5, so it can't trade for a 5/5. So this card is very powerful. 2 Wind Gods, because you often have board control with this deck, and this card has to be removed. It's like a very huge threat. 3 Fortune Hunter Fina, because it's overall a solid card. It helps you fill the board. It's a card draw. It's a great card for neutral decks. 3 Goblin Princess, because it's a very powerful zoo card. It summons 3 bodies, which is better than having 1 big body in this deck. And also it has huge value with the Golden King being a 4 play points 5/5 ward. Dance of Death is of course a very powerful card. It destroys any follower, especially wards, and deals 2 damage to the face, which is good for aggro decks. And well, Gabriel is more like a personal preference card. You don't need to put this card in your deck. You can just play a, don't know, third Dance of Death or a third Angel of the Ward. But I really like Gabriel. I love playing it in decks that can have a board on turn 6, because people do not expect the 4 damage storm. Because it's like a storm effect. You just play this on a follower that is on the board and you go face with that one. So yeah, I really like Gabriel. I put 1 copy of it, and it has been performing well. So I'll show you how the deck split out. I comment sub replays. The first deck is against Bloodcraft. Keep in mind that the decks you're going to see are not perfect, because I'm playing this in unranked mode. Because of course this deck is meant to be used to complete quests, so you don't play it in ranked mode. So here I have a perfect 1, 2, 3. Usually for your mulligan stage, go for the 2 and 1 drops, of course. And that's pretty much all that I can say about this. You can choose to keep a Goblin Breaker Tina if you're going second, but it's not needed. So of course I go for the 1, and as my 2 I choose this because Lyriel has an evolve effect I can use later. So here I was going to play Grimnir at first, but then I see this, so I decided to play Wise Merman to kill it for free, and Lyriel because I can still play on curve. Of course I take the trade, and at this point I have 4 followers on turn 3, which is kinda great. So I place his ward. I understand here that he's an aggro deck, because, well, control decks don't play Urius usually. So I play like I'm going against an aggro deck. I decided to trade for the bat here because I was expecting a turn 4 Night Horde, and I didn't want this to die for free. So my board is full on turn 4. Night Horde arrived. He evolves and clears whatever he can. And here I was going for the Lyriel plus whatever I drew, but I draw into a better card. So I draw Goblin Princess, I trade of course, and fill my board with goblins. So I evolve this one to push for more damage because I can trade it with this. He plays Angel of the Ward. So of course here I understand he doesn't run Revelation because this is obviously an aggro / mid-range deck. So he takes whatever trade he can. And here I play Goblin King and this one. I play into Demonic Storm because I see the Wise Merman, and that means that if he has Demonic Storm I just win the game. So I take the 1 trade too. So the Demonic Storm comes, and I play the Wise Merman for the win. Aggro Blood is kinda predictable actually. Next I'm up against Shadowcraft. So in this time I'm going second. I mulligan everything here because they're not cards you should keep. You should look for 1 and 2 drops as I said. And I find a decent 2 drop. So I'm expecting him to be a skeleton Shadowcraft, and he plays this card, so I think then I understand it kinda was, but it wasn't in the end. But I play this one to contest the board. Here he goes face. And here I decided to go face because I wanted him to attack this and take the value trade. This to go face, so I could attack this with this and protect my 2/2 to 1 with Grimnir. But yeah, he takes the trade and then plays Zombie Party, which I'm okay with because it was not play point efficient. So I play Gourmet Emperor instead, because I was going to clear with the Goblin Breaker Tina the turn after. He skips his turn, so I understand it could not be an aggro deck. So here of course I clear the board with my Tina and go faced with whatever I can. He plays his Goblin Princess. I was going to play my own. That's what I had in mind at least. And instead of going for the 4-4, he trades for the value trade. I draw into Fortune Hunter Fina, which is better than a Goblin Princess, so I play her. This helps me clearing this one and play a Goblin Mage for free. And also draw a card. So here I made a questionable play, because I decided to go face and let him free trade for this one. But dealing more damage was not too bad of a deal. So he plays 3 wards, which are a bad thing for aggro decks, but it was okay, because I draw another Fortune Hunter Fina. And of course I play it. This helps me fill the board because I have a 1-drop too. And I take whatever trade I can. So he plays another bad for me card, because this card is so good against aggro. It clears 2 of my followers and heals it from 2. But at this point I have just full board control. I of course play the carrot because it's a 2-drop that always comes back to my hand, so... He plays his Dolorblade Warrior, which is a huge threat, so I have to deal with it. Of course kills my 5-5. I take the double trade here. I still have full board control, and I can replay my carrot. And Owl Cut. He plays his Goblin King, which I'm okay with. But I have to take bad trades here because I don't want him to heal back whatever damage I make. He's going out of cards. So of course I play Goblin Princess and I play Sector for value, but Impartial Strix was also a good choice. It's just that I can play this whenever I want, so I preferred to get value with the Sector. He plays Zeus, another huge ward. But at this point it doesn't matter because I can play my Grimnir, which I do of course, and push for 7 damage. So he only has 2 cards in his hand, and my hand is pretty sick. And turns out the 2 cards were not relevant, so I just win the game. Okay, so here I'm up against Earth Rite Runecraft. I'm going first again. I reroll every card because it's not 1 and 2 drops. I find a 2-drop, but it's not a very powerful one, especially against Runecraft. But I find the 1-drop, so I'm okay with that. He goes for the Golem. And here I decide to go for Wise Merman, because it's a 1-mana 2-1 kinda, just like Owl, but it transfers its attack to the follower it's already in the board. So I can clear this turn, which is better in my opinion. Of course I clear. He goes for the draw. And I play my Old Cut. Because of course I could use this for the evolve effect. He puts my Goblin back into my hand. And here I go for the double Lyrial instead of the Goblin Breaker Tina, because you want to have more stuff on the board instead of going for big followers. He has a very play points inefficient turn here, because he just plays the Clay Golem and trades. So here I can go for the Fortune Hunter Fina and fill my board. And at this point, I don't think there's much he can do on 5, because it's not 6 yet, so he cannot play his Calamitous Curse. Veteran Alchemist just doesn't matter because I have little on board. So he surrenders. And okay, this match doesn't really showcase anything, but it's a funny one, so I just decided to include it anyway. I'm going second against a D-shift Runecraft. So of course I keep my 1-drop, and I also keep my 4-drop because I'm okay with it going second with a 7/7. Because I was expecting this to be a D-shift. So I go for my Goblin. I go for Lyria. Yeah. He doesn't have any removal so far, just spell boosts his hand, so I fill my board. And at this point he plays the worst fire chain I've ever seen. So yeah, here like he lost the game on the spot, which is why he just surrenders now. And that's it. So overall the deck is not the most powerful one, it's not the most fun to play, but it's certainly a huge help for new people or for people who don't have enough cards for certain classes, because you can just play this deck everywhere you want. And yeah, I hope this video was useful for you. I hope you may want to see more of me and that you consider subscribing. And if you need any advice, just ask in the comment section. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.